afternoon, beautiful goddess. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are on this beautiful planet of ours. And welcome to our final day of our Finding Your Feet Again challenge. Now, for those of you who have watched the video yesterday, I did not realize how long I had gone for. It was 2.5 hours. For me, it felt like half an hour, 45 minutes. So I apologize for the length of the video. I knew that I had to share and give and download a lot to you, and I didn't realize how long it was going to take to share all that I was given with you. But we had a blast. It was so exciting sharing all that we did with you yesterday. And it was packed full of a lot of knowledge, codes, energies, and frequencies that we felt that you may resonate with you, that you may be able to use to help you along your journey of transcending the beautiful, beautiful person that you are. And in terms of transcending, I am talking about moving and shifting into the higher versions of who you really are. Now, today we have got another day, another few minutes or hours, I should say, but I promise I'm going to try and get this in within an hour or so that you don't become overwhelmed with all that we're sharing with you. Because I understand that some of you may have found what you learned yesterday, what we shared with you yesterday, as a bit overwhelming and so much and way above your heads, especially some of the concepts that we talked about yesterday, like the paradoxes of life, understanding of how you are the real manifester, the real creator of your own reality. Nothing else is responsible for the life experiences that you actually encounter in your life. You are the most powerful manifester, creator of your own reality. No one influences it but you. And I also talked about there is nothing outside of you, which some of you have commented that you want me to elaborate on that for you a bit. What we mean by there is nothing outside of you relates to the idea that the universe is not above you. It's not out there. Like growing up as children and as teenagers, especially from a religious point of view, we're taught that God is up above us, that God is in heaven, that the universe is out there, that everything that we need is out there. And for most humans, and it's not because of you personally, it's because of your physical mind and your physical body, is unable to really understand that concept. Hence why people find it really difficult to truly understand what the hell does that mean. When we say the universe is above us, is out there, that heaven is out there, that God is out there, the only reason people can't grasp that concept is because the physical mind and body have not been tuned into truly understanding what out there means. However, when they're saying that heaven and God and that is out there, that's just a distorted version of what we are talking about. Because there is nothing outside of you. Everything, the universe, source energy, God, the one, the absolute, whatever you call this And whatever you know this to be is inside of you. You are the physical expression of source energy of God. Yeah, there is nothing out there. It's all in here within you. So, and why do I say that? Why that everything is within you? Because you are a reflection, just a reflection of the universe, a small physical reflection of the universe. Yeah. Because you are the soul, because you are a soul, a spiritual light being that has a physical body attached to it so that you can anchor your whole dimensionality, your whole entirety within this physical body as much as you can. Into this physical body and anchor you onto this physical planet. Because if you did not have this physical body, you wouldn't be able to exist to live on this planet physically. You live on this planet energetically and spiritually. But if you didn't send, implode, what's the word I'm looking for? Flow your energy into this physical body and then out into this physical world, you wouldn't be able to do that because you've got nothing physical to anchor yourself on this physical planet so that you can actually affect what is happening on planet every moment of your day. Yeah. So that's what I mean. There is nothing outside of you. Everything that you're experiencing is just a reflection of what you are, of what you are thinking, what you are feeling inside. And those emotions, those feelings and thoughts, and the beliefs that you have about yourself and about life are then reflected out physically into your physical world so that you can experience what it is like living on a physical planet, that you, the soul, because that's who you really are, can truly understand what it's like to be on a physical planet. Okay, so that's just a brief understanding of elaborating on that concept that there is nothing outside of you. Everything is within you, and what you're experiencing every day of your life is your beliefs that you have about yourself and about life. Okay. So I hope that helps you truly understand what we mean by that, because outside of you, everything that's outside of you, everything that you can see, touch, hear, taste, and smell is just an illusion. And it's just a holograph, a reflection of what's happening within yourself. Okay? Right, I hope that explains a little bit more. And this is a really difficult idea and concept to grasp because it took me ages to truly understand what that concept actually meant from a different perspective. Because when you truly grasp that concept, you are looking at life from a truly different perspective. Now, remember in the video yesterday, I talked about the analogy of going to movies as the audience. Yeah. So when you go and watch a movie, you see the big screen, all you're seeing on the screen as the audience is a one frame at a time of the film strip. You know how movies are created on film strips and they have different frames that are actually flowed, that actually move one after the other? Well, that's what you're seeing on the movie screen as the audience. However, when you take the perspective of the projectionist, actual person who's actually created the film, who's actually projecting that film onto the movie screen, it sees all the frames, all the frames of the film all at once. because that's how the universe is. Everything exists all at once. That's how your soul sees everything. Everything exists all at once. And now it's up to you to choose what frame you actually want to experience in every day of your life. That's how simple it is to actually truly understand what you are and who you really are. All right. So finding your feet again, summary. So what I've done today is summarized, collapsed everything that we've done over the last 4 days into our lesson today, so that you can truly understand how everything fits in, how you can actually find your feet again after experiencing a negative situation, negative circumstance, or a negative person. Now, you can apply any or all of this knowledge to every single negative situation, negative person, negative event that you are experiencing, that you have experienced, and that you will create. Yeah? So no matter what experience you are having, you can apply any parts or all parts of this information into your life so that you can break through, so you can transcend everything that will be happening to you in that experience or in that situation. All right. So the first thing in transcending or breaking through a negative situation, and it doesn't matter what that situation is. It could just be a little argument with a person. It could be a huge, massive argument. It could be like a life-threatening event. It could be a traumatic event. It could be a dramatic event. It does not matter what the event is or what the situation is. You can transcend it. You can break through it without it affecting you, without it triggering you in your present moment and in your future moments. Yeah? Now, the number one way and method to do that is to truly reclaim your identity. And you do that by knowing who you truly are, because it's of paramount importance to this whole idea of finding your feet again, of shifting, of transcending, of breaking through and moving through any life situation that you experience. Now, when it comes to a positive situation, when you use these techniques, use this knowledge and apply this knowledge and methods that I've shared with you over the last 4 days, if you apply this knowledge to a situation that's really amazing and positive, you will enhance it tenfold. Yeah, it'll just get better and better and better and better and better for you. The same with a negative situation. It'll just get better and better and better and better for you, because no matter the situation, you determine how well you respond to it or not, and you determine what happens to you every moment thereafter. So knowing who you really are and knowing how powerful you are is the key, is the crux of shifting into the new identity, new reality that you are shifting into every nanosecond of your day. So reclaim your identity and know that you are this beautiful, powerful, spiritual light being. You are the soul. Now, here's a little tip. You may not get this, but I believe that you will. If not now, you will get it soon. Now, a lot of people believe that the soul is out there, right? Well, what I'm telling you is this: the out there is just higher levels of vibrations and frequencies. The spiritual realms, the quantum field, is just a field of beautiful energy, like I explained before. but it just moves, and it just moves and flows at different frequencies. Now, if you are not experiencing the things that you want to experience, like more money, um, a better job, a really great relationships, or a great relationship, if you're not experiencing the things that you want to experience right now, the things you want in your life, truly understand that it's only just a matter of raising or switching or shifting your frequency. That is it. It's all it's about, because everything else exists at the same time simultaneously, but at different frequencies and vibrations, and that is it. And the only reason why you're not experiencing what you truly want to experience is because you're just at a different frequency and a vibration. Now, once you reclaim your identity and truly know that you are the soul, then you will live your life at the frequency of everything that you actually want. You know, in the spiritual industry, and in the spiritual development and personal development industry, there's this big huge thing about raising your vibration and raising your frequency. Well, I'm here to tell you now that you don't need to do that, because your frequency is already vibrating at the perfect core frequency that you are. The only thing that is really fucking that up is the fact that you have all the shit that's holding on to you. You've got all this baggage, all this emotional negative baggage that you're holding on to. Once you get rid of all that shit, once you get rid of all that emotional baggage, then you start vibrating, because you feel it. You're already vibrating at the frequency that you need to have everything that you want in your life. But you're not feeling it, you're not aware of it, because you are too focused on all your emotional baggage that you're holding on to for dear life. Yeah. But once you let that go, once you know and believe and trust that you are this beautiful soul, that you are this powerful spiritual light being, then that just all dissolves. It just goes, it all dissolves. Yeah. So reclaiming your identity is number one. And truly trust and believe that you are this powerful being, because the soul that you are, the real you, does not live on this physical planet. Only a 5% of you, the soul, lives on this planet, is on this planet. The rest of you, the 95% of you, still lives in the higher levels of frequency. That's why it's so important to truly know and understand that you are the soul who lives at higher frequencies, and to actually let all your emotional baggage go so that it can actually flow 100% of its energy in your physical body. Yeah. Because at the moment, if you are struggling in life, then there's only about 50% of who you really are flowing into your body, into your physical body. Once you start letting all that emotional baggage, all that shit, all the physical shit go from your life, from your body, then you allow more and more and more and more and more of your true self to flow into you and out into your physical reality. Yeah, so reclaim your identity right now, that you are a fucking goddess, that you are powerful, that you are magnificent and incredible. And the only reason you don't believe that now is because you've been told that you're unworthy, that you're not enough, that you need to do this and you need to do that from other people. Yeah, so reclaim your identity right now and know that you are the goddess living on this beautiful physical planet. So that's number one. All right, number two, the identity you are now is not the real version of you. It's only a limited version of who you truly are. It is a version that was given to you by other people and how you reacted to these people. Yeah. So because you believed what other people were telling you, you just started to hold on to those beliefs, and you created your identity that you have now around those beliefs. Your beliefs right now, the person that you are, is just based on how other people perceived you, and you were taught to believe those beliefs about yourself. And so, knowing who you want to be. So, once you truly reclaim your identity and know that you are this beautiful soul, that you are this powerful spiritual being, that most of you still lives at the higher levels of frequency, and you are just experiencing a part of yourself, but at a lower frequency. And once you let all that stuff go, once you let all your emotional and mental and physical baggage go, then you can start figuring out who you truly are and know that you are this. Yeah. So to reclaim your identity and to shift into being that person, it is time to decide if this is the version you truly want to be. Yeah. So once you reclaim your identity to knowing that you are this beautiful goddess, I know that. And I want you to know that. Once you believe that you are this beautiful goddess, it's time to decide if you want to be this version of yourself. Yeah. And if you don't, that's fine, because it may not be what you're ready for right now. It may not be the choice that you're wanting to be right now. That is fine. That is absolutely perfect for you. But if you want to transform your life, if you want to live life the way that you want to, so you don't experience any more suffering and pain, then you have to make a decision about whether you want to be the higher version of yourself or not. Now, this is a very simple choice because you only have two choices that you will experience simultaneously right here, right now, in the present moment. You only have two choices in life. And that is it. And it's up to you to choose whichever one you want. And every choice that you make, every moment, is absolutely perfect for you at that time and in that moment, because it's the choice that you're supposed to experience so that you can actually learn from it and transcend from it. Doesn't matter whether it's a negative or positive choice. From a universal and spiritual point of view, it's the perfect choice for you, because the universe knows that it's going to be for your highest interest, for your best interest, every single time, as long as you perceive it that way. All right, now once you choose who you want to be, then you act upon this choice energetically so that you can start stepping into this new identity and reality. So you reclaim your identity. You choose whether you want to step into this beautiful new identity. Yeah. And once you've made that choice, then you start acting upon this choice energetically first so that you can actually start stepping into this new identity and reality. Now, yesterday I said to you that you are already stepping into a new identity and a new reality, which is in another parallel world. You're already doing that. But when you actually make the choice that you want to be this beautiful goddess, that you want to be the higher version of yourself, when you make that choice, you become more aware of how much you are shifting. But you must become aware of the changes, of the shifts and the transformation that you are making in every moment as you shift into the new parallel world that you actually shift to every nanosecond. You must become very, very aware of what is happening to you as you shift into these parallel worlds, as you shift into a totally new identity, and as you shift into a totally new reality. You must become very aware energetically of how these shifts and how these transformations are affecting you. This is really important to actually understand, because as you are shifting into these new parallel worlds into your new identity and a whole totally new reality, most people would be noticing what's happening in their physical environment to determine if they've changed or not. But if you want to shift into being this powerful goddess in a much easier and quicker manner, you have to notice the changes that you are going through energetically first, so that you will see them in your physical reality, so that you will experience them, physically, so that you can see them and touch them and taste them and smell them and taste them. So that's the difference. Because if you keep looking at if you've changed by what's happening in your physical reality first, then you're going to keep repeating and going through the experiences that you already are now, because you're not changing yourself. You have to change yourself internally first, energetically first, before anything can actually happen, before you see any changes in your physical world or in your physical reality. So once you reclaim your identity, choose whether you want to be that identity, and then act upon it energetically. Now, from a universal point of view or spiritual point of view, when you are making a choice and when you have reclaimed your identity, when you have chosen, or when you realize that you are this beautiful goddess and you choose to be that, you choose to show up at that, in that version of you, and you start changing yourself and make the choice to change yourself energetically first as you shift in it, that happens in a split second from a universal perspective. But from a physical perspective, that could happen over a few. You might think that it happens over a few minutes or hours or weeks or months. But no, once you make that choice of who you want to be, once you reclaim your identity, and once you start shifting yourself energetically into that physical, into that new identity, it happens in a split second. It happens every nanosecond. Yeah? It happens instantly. It happens quickly. And it's up to you now to truly be aware of what is actually happening to you as you actually shift every nanosecond. Without question, no matter what's happening in your physical reality. This means no matter what you're experiencing in your life, you are always moving into this higher version of yourself. You are always moving into this new identity and reality that you have chosen. The next thing for you to do, and the only thing for you to do, is to choose how you want to shift into this new identity and reality in a graceful, effortless, or easy manner or not. So, you've realized who you are. You made the choice that's who you want to be. You made the choice that you want to be this beautiful goddess, and you start acting, you start shifting yourself energetically. The next thing you have to do, you have to decide, is how you want to do it. How do you want to shift every nanosecond into your new identity and reality? And this is where all the obstacles, this is where people find, this is the step that people find the most difficult, because most people don't know that this is what they have to do. They have to choose how they want to shift every nanosecond, every moment, every day into the new identity and reality. So everything is about choice. And so, how do you shift into your new identity and reality with ease, with grace and flow? So what I've done here is I have put a link in here and to a book that I have created specifically for you guys. And it's all about understanding the 4 laws that I talked about yesterday. There are 4 universal laws, yeah, that will help you shift into the beautiful bodies that you want to be. All right. So remember yesterday I talked about the paradoxes of life. There are always paradoxes. Our physical world is created from energetic paradoxes, or 2 different energies exist on our physical planet. One energy is the negatively charged energy, and the other energy is the positively charged energy. This is also known as the male energy and the female energy, right? So the negatively charged energy, which has got nothing to do with it being bad or evil or harmful. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just that it's negatively charged, which is the male energy. And then you have on the other side the positively charged energy, which is the female energy. And the whole idea, or the most powerful way for you to shift into this beautiful new identity that you've chosen to be, is to balance yourself within those 2 energies. Is to harmonize yourself, your physical body, within those 2 energies. Now, remember I talked about the paradoxes. So there's hate there and love, hot and cold, cold or hot, whatever you want it to be, right? There is up and down, left and right, front and back. Those are the paradoxes. Everything in this world is about the paradoxes, is about the contradictions of energy that exist on our planet. Yeah? And yesterday I was talking about control and letting go, giving and receiving. Okay? So those are the different kinds of paradoxes. It is up to you tonight or this morning, or right now, whether you want to move and shift into your new identities with ease and with grace and flow by balancing yourself within those 2 paradoxes, within these 2 beautiful energies. And so I just want you to look at this diagram so I can really explain a little bit about it. All right, so I want to see, so I can explain the communication system, the communication structure that happens between the universe, the soul, and you, the physical personality. So I've got this little diagram to actually explain to you of how you communicate to the universe and with your soul, so that you can actually balance yourself between these 2 energies. Okay, right. So the universe, the energy that is within the universe is absolutely and totally pure, and it's absolutely positive, and it's absolutely created from love. There is nothing else in the universe or the higher levels of frequency other than love, other than pure positive energy, right? So this is the universe on up and within you, right? And then you have the soul, which is the same. The soul is also a field of pure positive energy, a field of love. Yeah? So both these energies, the energy from the soul and energy from the universe, are the same. Right? Now, when it comes to us, when it comes to humans in this yellow shape, which is our physical reality, which is our physical personality, and everything that's around us physically, we have both energies on our planet, right? We have the negatively charged energy and we have the positive charged energy, right? Now just imagine it's like a battery, and the universe and the soul and you and I are the nodes, because there's nodes on a battery, right? The universe and the soul are always positively charged, of pure positive love. The physical world and our physical bodies are created, have within them positive and negative charges, right? The physical body itself is neutral. It doesn't have any charge at all, because the physical body lives in a world that has negative energy and a world that has positive energy. But the physical body has to be neutral so that it can receive those energies at the same time, simultaneously, right? So, understanding how this communication system happens depends entirely on whether you want to live life happily or not. So, the universe sends a flow of energy from itself to the soul, and the soul receives that same energy of pure positive love. It receives that energy itself, and then it sends that energy to your physical body, which is pure positive love, right? Now, when it flows through your body, you determine whether you're receiving a positively charged or negatively charged energy. Remember how I said yesterday, the brain receives the information, but the body perceives it, or the unconscious mind perceives it? The response of your body to the energy from the universe and the soul depends entirely on your perceptions of that energy. And your perceptions come from your beliefs. Yeah? So, when you decide, or when you perceive the energy that comes from the universe and the soul, if you perceive it to be negative, then that negative energy goes up to the universe, and the universe sends that energy to the soul, and the soul will send that energy back to you, the energy that you've given back, tenfold. And that will continue to happen until you change that energy, until you change the energy that you send back to the universe, right? And it's a pretty simple process. The universe sends the energy to the soul sends the energy to you, and you send out back to the universe that energy that is based on your perceptions of what the universe and the soul sent to you in the first place. And whatever you perceive, the universe gets back to you and sends back to you tenfold. Now, if you perceive that energy as negative, the universe and soul sends back to you that negative energy, and you will experience, or you will perceive that energy as a negative, and you will continue creating negative situations in your life. The moment that you start changing, the moment that you start sending out a different energy to the universe, because you've decided, hey, I don't want to experience any more negative stuff in my life anymore. The moment that you make that decision and you start sending out positive energy, the universe will receive that and send that to the soul, and the soul will send that back to you tenfold. Yeah. And if you keep sending out positive energy up to the universe will keep sending that kind of energy back to you tenfold. And if you keep sending out and vibrating at that frequency, at that beautiful positive energy, you will start experiencing positive situations in your life. It's that easy. This is how easy it is to transform your life. This is how easy it is to shift into your new identity, new reality, by just being aware of what kind of energy, what kind of vibrations and frequencies that you're sending out to the universe. Yeah. Now, I hope that makes sense. The communication system is pretty easy, right? So if you send if you send negative energy or negative vibrations out to the universe will receive those and send those same vibrations to the soul, and the soul will send those same vibrations back to you, because your soul's the filter of how much energy, of what energy actually goes into your physical body, right? So whatever comes from the universe is sent back to you through the soul. Yeah. Now, if you keep sending out negative energy to the universe will send it back to you tenfold. And if tenfold, hence you will keep experiencing shitty, crappy, negative situations in your life. And if you decide, hey, I'm sick of that shit, I want to change, I want to become a better version of myself, then you need to start sending out positive energy to the universe so the universe can send that same positive energy back to you. Hence, change the situations that you're experiencing in your life. It's that easy. It's that simple. Creating a new life is not as hard as people make it out to be. Manifesting the life that you want, manifesting exactly what you want to experience in your life is not that freaking hard. It's just that simple. Just be aware of what kind of energy you send out to the universe. And that is it. That's how simple it is. All right. So that's the communication system. Now, this communication system exists within 4 universal laws. And the first one is knowing that you exist. Yeah. Because the universe and the soul know that they exist. And the universe and soul knows that they exist within you. The universe and the soul knows that this physical body is just a reflection of them, and that is it. They know who and what they are, and they know exactly what they are doing in every moment within every dimension, realm, and every parallel world. They both know with complete conviction and knowing their own roles within their existence. They know that they only exist. Yeah. So the universe and soul know that they only exist. And as you are an expression of this universe and soul, then know that you exist, that you are a mirror image or expression of soul in the universe. That is it. All right. And I've written more for you so you can actually read it at your own leisure. All right, so that's universal law number 1. Know that you exist, which is know that you are a soul. Know your identity, that you exist and that you are here for a reason. And if you were not here, then that's the way that it's meant to be. But you are here for a purpose. The universe does not make mistakes. You are here for a purpose. You are worthy. You are valued. You are important to the whole picture, to the whole universe. So never once believe and think that you are unworthy and that you are not enough, because you exist, and the fact that you exist means that you cannot be unworthy. You cannot be not enough, because you exist and you are an expression of the universe and the soul. You are one, connected. Yeah. Now, the universal law number 2 is the one is all there is in the here and now. So you are the only thing that exists in the here and now. Nothing else exists but you. Remember, you are consciousness and everything exists within your consciousness. So everything that you can see out there comes from your consciousness, comes from who you really are. All right, so that's number 2. The one is all there is in the here and now. You are the only one that is here right at this particular moment, at this particular time. That's number two. Number three, what you get out and what you put back. Sorry, what you put out is what you get back. And that's when we're talking about the different paradoxes and the different kinds of energy, how we experience the here and now. Don't forget, everything is in the here and now. There's no past and there's no future. Everything is just right here, right now, what at this particular moment. And we are living in these two contrasting points of views and the two contrasting paradoxes of what we prefer to experience and what we do not experience, which actually exists right here, right now. Yeah. So when you are deciding or perceiving the energy that's flowing, that's coming to you from the universe, when you decide that you want to experience things that you don't prefer, you're actually sending out a negative energy. When you are deciding, hey, I want to experience all the things that I do prefer, you are sending out a positive energy. You are doing that at the same time. Now, you are experiencing that at the same time because the energy that you perceive creates different emotions and thoughts within your body. Now, all the negative perceptions of the energy that's flowing to you comes from your past, memories, comes from your beliefs, comes from your childhood, comes from your trauma, comes from your wounds, comes from all the negative emotions and beliefs that you've stored up in your body. Yeah. So all the things that you don't like, all the things that you don't prefer to experience, the perception of that comes from your past, yeah, and everything that you believe and everything that you were taught to believe. All the things that you do prefer comes from the new emotions and new thoughts that you start creating as you perceive the new energy that comes through you. So if you want to experience things that you do prefer, you have to transcend the negative perceptions that you have about yourself and about life and switch to wanting and feeling and thinking about the things that you do prefer. Because you're in the neutral position, which is the most powerful position that you can ever be. And you are in this position every moment of your life. Because every moment of your life, you are deciding energetically if you want to experience the negative things or if you want to experience the positive things, which are the things that you prefer. And like I said yesterday, it's like looking at a menu, it's like looking at all the frames of a movie all at once. You have to make a decision about what kind of life frame you want to actually experience right at this particular moment so the universe can actually start giving to you those experiences. So it's all about choice and it's all about your perceptions that you have of yourself and of life itself. Yeah. And so this is the true understanding of what you put out is what you get back. But whatever you get back from the universe, whatever you get back from your soul is tenfold. They multiply the energy that comes back to you. You send out your energy, which is usually a lower vibration, and it comes back multiplied because the universe has transformed that energy into higher frequencies, higher vibrations. Yeah. Now, one of the reasons why you perceive that energy as negative, as not good for you, is because it's a higher frequency in your body and your physical body and your physical mind are not used to that higher frequency. It's coming back from the universe, right? And it's coming through it's coming through to you from your soul. Your physical mind and your physical body is not used to those higher frequencies that the universe is sending to you. So you have to learn to transcend your physical mind and body. You have to learn to transcend those negative emotions that are flowing through you, because those are just responses that the inner child in you, that the inner girl with you is feeling as she feels that higher energy flowing through you. That's all that is. That's all your negative emotions are telling you. They're just telling you that the inner child, that the inner girl that's within you is not used to these high frequencies. And so you just need to calm it down. You just need to tell this beautiful inner girl, this beautiful inner child that's within you, that everything's okay, that you're safe, that you're loved, until it becomes used to experiencing and perceiving these higher frequencies of energy and vibrations that the universe keeps sending to you. And the more you program and rewire your body to get used to these new frequencies, these higher frequencies, because you've chosen to experience those frequencies, as you've chosen to shift into the higher and better version of yourself, you will be given those higher frequencies to actually embody and perceive in your physical body, which will then be perceived and experienced in your physical world. So that's the whole meaning of what you put out is what you get back, and how you experience all that energy in the here and now. And number 4, change is the only constant except for the first 3 laws, which means that you are changing every nanosecond depending on how you're perceiving the energy that's flowing through you, depending on how you're perceiving the energy that the universe and the soul is giving back to you. Yeah? Okay, and I've also given you a formula to live in a happy life, which you can read through. Yeah? But that's the perspective of the universe. Those are the 4 laws that the universe lives by. It's like our tikana in my culture, right? They do not change. Those 4 laws do not change. The only thing that changes, those are the only things that do not change. Everything else in the universe changes. And change is a constant that we as humans have to get used to, because that's one thing humans don't like. They don't like change. Yeah. So change is the only constant except for those first three laws. All right. So understand these 4 laws so that you can live the life that you actually truly want. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. And the next thing I'm going to go into to actually balance yourself out in that way, while you're actually shifting and moving into the new identity and new reality that you're actually shifting into. And you know that you're actually shifting into this new reality is because your moods and your moods, the way you feel and the way you think, changes constantly. It's changing every nanosecond. But most people aren't aware that that's what's actually happening. All right. So, number 1, of finding your feet again after a difficult challenge or experience in your life. Number 1 is to reclaim your identity. Number 2 is to actually make a choice about whether you actually want to experience that beautiful new identity. And number 3 is to start shifting yourself, being aware of yourself energetically within those 4 laws, 4 universal laws. Yeah. Now, number 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is knowing these paradoxes of life, which I went over with you yesterday. Please truly understand you cannot control anything but your energy. You can only control how you respond to the energy that's flowing through you. Everything else you've got to let go. You've got to let go of that. You've got to let go of all your negative beliefs. You've got to let go of your past. You've got to let go of worrying about the future. You've got to let go of hanging on to the past and focusing on it. You have to let those go completely and utterly. Let it go. Because the only thing that you control is your energy and how you respond to it. And how you respond to the energy that flows to you and through you from the universe and the soul is to decide, make a decision whether you want to experience the things you want to, things that you prefer or not, and that is it. Now, when you make that choice, please know that is the right choice for you, because some people, when they know that they shouldn't do something, they feel crap about it, they regret it. But the universe doesn't think like that. They just think it's a choice, right? The universe doesn't care whether what it does to you. It just knows that you've made that choice and it'll give it to you no matter what. The universe loves you unconditionally. So whatever you ask for, the universe will give it to you. It doesn't care if it's going to cause you a negative experience, because that's your control. That's the only thing you've got control of, because that's what you asked for, right? The universe doesn't care if it's going to hurt you, because it doesn't believe that it will. It's only in the physical world that we believe that things are negative, that we believe that things are bad for us, but the universe doesn't think like that, right? It's just energy. So just know the only thing that you have control of is your energy and how you perceive that energy, nothing else. And then everything else you've got to let go. You've got to let go of your beliefs, the beliefs that you have now about yourself and about the universe and about life, because the universe and the word universe and the word life means the same thing, right? You just got to let that shit go and just start creating new thoughts and new emotions about the things you really want to experience in your life, and let everything else go. If your thoughts and emotions don't align, don't relate to the things you want to experience, then let them go. And you know they don't relate to the things that you don't prefer because of how they make you feel. If they make you feel shitty and crappy, then those are the emotions and thoughts that you need to let go, because they are not going to help you get what you want. They are not going to help you shift into your new identity and new reality with ease, with grace and flow. Okay, so just let that shit go. That's the most powerful paradox that you can truly understand. Let shit go, because the only thing you control is your energy and how you perceive it. Detachment. Humans have this big, huge problem of emotional attachments to people and to things, material things, right? Now, the problem with this is that if you have an emotional attachment to someone or to something, they control your energy, they control your perceptions and how you respond to everything that's coming from the universe. So you have to detach yourself emotionally from anything that will trigger you, from anything that will stop you from controlling your energy. And you know that you are still attached to someone or something by how they make you feel. Yeah? So if you are emotionally attached to your partner in a negative way, they make you feel like crap. Yeah? But if you are just attached unconditionally and from an energetic point of view towards your partner, then you will always feel good about that relationship, about yourself, and about life. So it's easy. A lot of people think that if they detach themselves emotionally from that person, they will become cold and unfeeling. But that's not true. All you are doing is getting rid of all the emotional baggage that you have about yourself, so that you're not actually projecting those negative beliefs and perceptions you have about yourself onto the other person. And you have more control over your energy so that you can control what actually happens in that relationship. I hope that makes sense. So the power of detachment. Learn to detach emotionally from people and things in your life. and you will actually shift into your new identity and new reality so much easier, to the point where the relationships that you do create are unconditional, are so balanced and harmonizing within your life, within every aspect of your life. So that's the power of detachment. It's not what people think it is, and it's not what you may have believed it to be. Next one, giving and receiving, understanding that these two energies exist at the same time. So as you are giving, you are receiving. So as you are sending out your beautiful energy to the universe, you are receiving at the same time. It's like a flow. It's like a constant practice. And if you are not seeing the things that you want to experience in your life, it's only because you are not receiving. That is the only reason why you're not experiencing the things you want to experience in your physical life, is because you're not receiving unconditionally what the universe is giving you. And that is it. You just got an imbalance between the giving and receiving energy. And once you start balancing those out, then you will start seeing all the beautiful things that you want to experience in your life. The next one is trust and expectation. Trust in yourself. Trust that you know that whatever you send out, the universe will give back to you. That is a must, because what you're actually doing is you're actually giving from yourself to yourself. Yeah? Because remember, you are just one, you just exist as one. You are connected to everything else. You are just a lower vibratory version of the universe. And the universe or the soul is just the higher version of you, and that is it. So as the soul that's in this physical planet, you are vibrating at a lower frequency because you're in a planet that has a lower frequency, and you are communicating with the higher version of yourself to actually help you change the energy that's on this planet. And when the energy flows through you from the universe, you perceive it however you want to be. And when you are sending out positive energies, you are starting to change the vibratory level of Earth. And the universe is sending those beautiful vibratory frequencies back to you that you will experience in your physical reality. So that is the whole crux of everything. Know that you are giving yourself whatever you ask for, because you are the universe. There's nothing else that exists but you. So you are asking yourself to experience what you really want to experience in your life. Now that may take a little while for you to truly understand, but know that you are given exactly what you're asking for, and expect that to happen. When you ask for more money in your bank account, it doesn't matter how much it is. When you ask for amount of money in your bank account, what you're actually asking for is your higher version of yourself to actually give that money to you. Expect that to be given to you in the perfect time and space, and it will. The more you expect, the more you trust, the more you give and receive, the more you let go, the more you detach yourself emotionally from the physical world, the faster you shift, the faster you change, and the faster you transform your life. Now, the most important part is your whare. So, after you've actually truly understood the previous bits about reclaiming your identity, making the choices that you want to choose, the identity you want to choose, you need to, and then you balance yourself between those two energies. The next thing you need to do is to nurture your whare and every other whare you create, between the specific life area you want to work on. So yesterday we created the whare, we furnished it, and then we started nurturing it. And then we did a shifting and clearing and dropping and dissolving of all the negative energies that will prevent you from achieving that intention. We also did that. We did a whole huge treatment. We did a massive change history with all the energies that you called into your whare yesterday. We did all of that so that you can remain within that whare, you can tune into that whare to help you shift into the new identity and the new reality that you want to shift into. Now, if you went through the activation yesterday, you would have gone through that process. So the first part of the process was to just relax your body, quieten your physical mind, and quieten your physical body, and just relax and start your breathing going. The next step of the process was to actually tune into your heart and then activate the whare that you created relating to either your emotional, mental, physical, financial, or spiritual well-being. Yeah. And then you tuned into that whare. And then once you tuned into it, you actually became more aware of what is happening into your heart. And then you expanded the energy of that whare out around you, on the sides of you, above and below you, and in front of you and back of you. Actually expanded that energy out further from your physical body. And yesterday in the activation, I got you to expand it more and more and more than you did in the other previous day. So the more you expand your body, the more you can, the more energies, the more frequencies that you will come to, and the more that you can actually hold in your physical reality. Yeah. Because the more energies and the more frequencies that you actually hold within your whare, yeah, the more you will experience in your physical reality. Now, you don't need to worry about what those frequencies and vibrations will actually produce into your physical reality, because the universe knows exactly what you want. And just expect it to be magical and the best ever, right? Because your best is not the same version as the universe's best, because the universe's best is like 100 times better than what we would expect, right? So just know that all these frequencies and the vibrations, the more you expand your whare, the more you expand the energy of your whare out away from your physical body, the more frequencies and vibrations and energy that you are going to receive and hold within your whare, within your physical body, that'll produce the experiences, the synchronicities, the people, the resources that you will experience in your physical reality, right? And you have to nurture that. You have to nurture it through your emotions, through your thoughts and your belief systems. Yeah. And you know that you are nurturing it the way it's meant to by what you're actually experiencing in your physical life. If you find that you are doing all that work, that you are nurturing, that you are loving, that you're pouring heaps of love and gratitude and positive thoughts and positive emotions into that whare, and you are still not experiencing the things that you want to experience, then just know you have to look at your beliefs. What belief are you holding on to that's making you feel that way? Yeah. And then when you recognize the belief, because you might be still a little bit fearful, you have a little bit of doubt, or you might have a little bit of shame or guilt towards having that intention. Yeah. But if you are, then that emotion is connected or linked to a negative belief. And you have to find out what that negative belief is. And once you identify it, then and only then and you let it go. Because once you identify it, you will notice it'll just disappear. Because the only reason why it's still there, why it's still holding onto you like a power, is because it's hiding in the dark. It's hiding. But once you identify it, you've actually shed light on it, which it doesn't like. And so once you shed light on it, the light will actually just dissolve it and make it disappear. And it happens in seconds, immediately, as soon as you identify that negative belief, within seconds, that belief will disappear from your entire system, from your whare, right? Now, once you get rid and identify and dissolve and shift and drop and clear your negative beliefs within seconds, just by identifying it, within seconds, you will start shifting into your new identity and your new reality faster, energetically, and you'll start seeing the effects of all the work and all the nurturing that you're doing in your physical reality. So your nurturing is the difference between the time gap that you will experience what you want to experience in your life. And just know that when you ask to be shifted into this new identity, when you ask for this to be this beautiful goddess, the only thing that's stopping you from experiencing it or feeling it or being it instantly is your belief system. Because a lot of people are taught to believe that nothing happens quickly, nothing happens instantly. Yeah. If you change that belief and know that what you experience happens instantly, then you will actually shift into your new identity fast, quantumly. Now, I've got a link on here. I've got the whole process written down in a little booklet for you. I will pop that link into under this video in our group. Have a look at that little booklet so that you can actually truly understand the process of actually doing this, of how you're actually nurturing your whare and how you're actually creating, shifting and moving into your new identity. I've also, and also listen to the activation from yesterday, because that also explains, and I guide you through that process as well in our activation that we did yesterday. All right, the process, this is the process here with that little booklet. This is the process of actually shifting into a new identity. There's a little booklet here that I've actually got for you so that you can actually read it. You can actually read it and understand it before you actually do it. And it also talks about how you actually nurture your whare. And nurturing and tuning into your whare doesn't have to take a long time. Remember yesterday I said you don't have to be in a meditative state to actually tune and nurture your whare. You do that every moment of your day because it's actually part of you, right? It's just around you. You're always tuned into it because it's who you are. And so know that you can just tune into it easily just by thinking about it, just by tuning into your heart. Yeah. So this is the process here. So just go through the booklet. And this is just for you to actually read as well. So you can actually listen to the activation yesterday and also read about the process and what you can actually do within each of those steps. All right. So that's that one. And the next part of that, what have I got for you? Is the process, nurturing your whare, and that's it. So that's a summary, beautiful souls, of everything that we've gone over the past 4 days. And I wanted to make sure that you have the knowledge, the tools, the processes, the methods, and the ways that you can actually shift, that you can actually transform your life, that you can actually get yourself out of any negative situation that you want to really quite easily. Once you start understanding these processes and the ways that you can shift yourself out of any kind of shit that you've actually created for yourself, once you actually truly understand that, you can get to the point where you actually prevent yourself from experiencing anything negative at all. And because a lot of people don't believe that they actually can, but you can. You do not have to experience anything negative in your life. I hardly experience anything negative in my life. Yeah. Unless it's completely new, like it's a completely new experience for me. I don't experience anything negative in my life because I know that every life experience, every situation that I'm in is really good for me. That's why I don't experience anything negative in my life. Yeah. But I'll just share with you one recent thing that I found was quite scary, was zip lining. So here in Perth, they have this place where you have to climb up this tall um, structure. You have to climb up this bridge so you can actually zip line across the river. And for me, that was scary, right? Now, that for me was experiencing something that I wanted to experience, but how to experience it was quite something I didn't want to actually go through, because climbing the stairs, climbing the bridge was quite scary for me because I am not used to heights, right? I can abseil down a cliff and I can abseil down a height, but actually getting up towards the height is something that's a little bit something I prefer not to actually experience. I'd rather just go on an escalator or an elevator up that high, right? But not actually walk up it and then see what's below me, right? So that for me was actually me experiencing something that I didn't prefer. However, I found that experience exciting and exhilarating, right? And so when you're experiencing something that you don't prefer, something you don't like, you experience it from a really exhilarating and exciting point of view, because that's the kind of energy that you're going to be sending out to the universe, and that's the kind of energy that you get back tenfold. So whenever you are in a situation that you don't prefer, that you don't like to prefer, you have to learn to perceive it from a point of view where it excites you. It's exhilarating because it's a new experience. Now, if you are going through a negative experience that's based on your past, something that you went through recently or weeks or months or years ago, then you have to learn to respond to that from an exciting, exhilarating perspective so that it will change. So that next time you actually experience that, you'll experience it from an exciting and exhilarating point of view. Now, this is how you get over your trauma. This is how you get over things that happened to you that you didn't like, that were quite negative and traumatic for you from your past. You have to learn to detach emotionally from that past situation so that you can respond to it in an exciting, expectant, happier, joyful manner. Because if you don't change your responses to the past negative experiences that you have had, you will keep experiencing that trauma. And the only way to transcend the negative emotions and thoughts that you have right now about that trauma, about that past trauma, is you have to learn to respond to it energetically in a different manner. Once you do that, everything changes. I promise you. you want to get over a past traumatic experience, the fastest and quickest way to do that is to respond to it energetically in a different manner. And trust me, it works. Because I've done that to get over my son's suicide. I've done that to get over the betrayal, the hate, and the trauma that I've experienced in my life. I've just learned to detach emotionally from those experiences. And once I did that, I was able to respond to those experiences from a more positive, from a more exciting and exhilarating manner, so that I could actually learn the lesson that I was supposed to learn in the first place when those situations first happened. Yeah. So, no matter how negative, no matter how traumatic that experience was for you, you can transcend it quickly by responding to it energetically, first and foremost, in a different manner. And when you do respond to that past trauma differently, from within yourself first and energetically, things changed quickly and instantly. And you will never have an emotional and negative experience about that past trauma again. I promise you that will happen. Now, if you want to explore this further, if you want to explore how you can shift and move and transform your life and let go of all that past trauma and let go of all the emotional, the mental, the physical, spiritual, and financial baggage that you're actually holding on to, then I have a 3-day transformational coaching package that I would like to introduce to you. Because if you join me in this package, if you join me in wanting to be part of my coaching service, I can help you transform your life in 3 days or less. Now, over the course of 3 days, you'll receive personalized guidance, actionable steps, and the support you need to transform your spiritual and health journey. But here's what you can expect from the coaching package. So here's what you can expect over the 3 days. Yeah. Okay, so in this coaching package, what I've done is I've integrated our traditional Māori healing and transformational methods, right? And so day one, I'll teach you about mirimiri, the true meaning of what mirimiri is. Now, for those of you who are with me who don't understand what mirimiri is like activation. It's like the initiation of all these vibrations and frequencies that you have within you and discovering them. Yeah, it's about discovering who you really are vibrationally and energetically. And once you do that, you'll have a lot more clarity about what's happening to you. Yeah. And on day one, we'll identify your next spiritual needs and health concerns, creating a clear path for your journey. So that's day one. We introduce you to mirimiri. Day two is about the rumi, where we actually teach you how to clear, how to shift, how to drop, how to dissolve all the negative baggage, all the negative shit that you're holding on to from your entire system. And I'm talking about your Akashic record. So your Akashic record is everything that you have experienced as a soul on this planet, right? So every time your soul has imprinted itself on this planet, it is recorded within Papatūānuku, right? So I teach you how to go back and actually clean all that stuff, clean all your soul records, right? From all the negativity that you may have experienced as the soul in your past timelines, yeah? And then we also start looking at and clearing your Akashic records, your ancestral lines, your past timeline or lifetime as you are now, as the soul that you are now, and then your entire system, your entire multidimensionally, across time, across worlds, and across space kind of thing. So I teach you how to do that. And then I teach you about Tino Rangatira, which is about sovereignty and knowing who the fuck you are. No matter what happens to you, no matter what comes at you during the day, you are sovereign. You actually stand grounded in your true identity. And I teach you how to integrate all that we've done in the previous 2 days so you can expand yourself, and then we can develop a sustainable plan for you to integrate these practices into your daily life for ongoing growth and wellness. And last but not least, I truly believe I truly believe in your potential to lead a spiritually enriched and healthy life. And this coaching package is designed to be a catalyst for that transformation. Now, if you're ready right now, and if this truly resonates you and you want to go in deeper so you can shift quickly into your new identity and into your new reality, and take the next step in your journey and deepen your spiritual wellness practice, I'd love to support you in that. So just come and click on this link here and then learn more about what we have to offer and book your spot, and I will reach out to you so that we can actually support you and guide you and help you for those whole 3 days to do this, because I promise you, within these 3 days, you will have shifted and transformed. Because I can promise you right now, you are not the same person that you were when you started our challenge. I know and believe in this because I've seen and felt the changes, the transformations that you have actually been through in the last few days. Some of you may feel so tired and worn out and feel that you've been run over by a bus. And that's great, because what's happening in that situation is that your body has gotten rid of all the lower frequencies and allowed all the beautiful higher frequencies into your body, especially with the new whare that we've created, and especially with the healing and clearing ceremony that we did yesterday. So your body needs to adjust to all those higher frequencies. Yeah. And that's amazing. Your consciousness would have shifted and actually expanded. You would not be thinking the same things as you were when you first started. Yeah. So know that if you can change so quickly within the 5 days, you will expand and shift and transform yourself in a more deeper manner when you join us on our 3-day transformational coaching sessions. So, beautiful goddess, thank you so much for joining us throughout these 5 days. Thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you so much for your presence. And thank you so much for all that you have given us. And I hope that we've given to you so much more than you ever realized. Now, if you have any questions, then pop them below this video or email me, or you can send a message to me on Messenger, or we are at Instagram at SpiritFit. So, beautiful goddess, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate that. We appreciate all that you have given us, and we appreciate all that you will receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you in our group and in our coaching package. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Mōri ora.